Let's check out another example. In how many ways can 9 examination papers be arranged so that the best and the worst papers are never together? So, among the given 9 examination papers, the best one can be 1 and the worst one is also 1. Means among the 9 examination papers, only one can be the best and one can be the worst, right? So let us assume that these are the 9 papers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Among these 9 papers, so let us assume that this is the best one, and let us assume the ninth paper is the worst one. And we need to find the number of arrangements so that the best and worst paper are never together. So total number of arrangements. First, let us find total number of arrangements. Total number of arrangements of all 9 papers is equal to 9 factorial. So among these 9 factorial arrangements, there are some arrangements in which the best and the worst are together. So let us find them. So number of arrangements in which the best and the worst are together. So that can be found. Let us consider the best and worst be together as a one unit. Then the remaining 7 papers. Now totally, so this considered as a one unit, and 7 plus 1, total 8 units are there. So this can be arranged in 8 factorial ways. 8 factorial ways we can arrange, and again this best and the worst inside the box as a single unit can also be interchanged as a best and worst and best in 2 factorial ways. So by multiplication principle, so total 7 plus 1, 8 units are arranged in 8 factorial ways, and again inside the box single unit, that is best and the worst, can be arranged themselves in 2 factorial ways by multiplication principle. 8 factorial into 2 factorial. Therefore, now among these many 9 factorial arrangements, we are having the best and worst are together. Therefore, required number of arrangements is equal to 9 factorial minus 2 into 8 factorial. So 9 factorial we can write it as 9 into 8 factorial minus 2 into 8 factorial. So we can take out 8 factorial common, and 9 minus 2, that is 7. So 8 factorial into 7 is the answer. So if you calculate, you will get the answer. 282240 is the answer. Okay. In a class of 10 students, there are 3 girls A, B, C. In how many different ways can they be arranged in a row such that no 2 of the 3 girls are consecutive? So in a class out of 10 students, 3 are girls. And let's consider remaining on boys. So out of 10, 3 means remaining 7. Remaining 7 are boys. And we need to arrange these 10 students in such a way that no 2 of the 3 girls are consecutive. So let us take boys first. 7 boys are there. 7. So 7 boys can be arranged in 7 factorial ways, and in which there are 8 gaps: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. There are 8 gaps whereby these 3 girls can be seated such that no two of them will be together. Suppose if girl 1 A, it's given ABC. Suppose if A is here, B is here and C is seated here, then in that case there is no gap between these two boys, so boys can be together. There is no condition given in the problem that boys should not be together. So here only the condition is given, no two of the 3 girls can be are consecutive. Consecutive means one after the next. So we must consider boys can be arranged in 7 boys can be arranged in 7 factorial ways, and then 3 girls arranged in 8 places. So we have total 8 places are there. So in which number of permutations of 8 different things taken 3 at a time is nothing but 8p3. So by multiplication principle or by fundamental principle of counting, we can say the required number of arrangements is equal to, so 8p3 into 7 factorial. So 8p3 value is 8 into 7 into and 8 minus 3 plus 1, that is 8 minus 3, 5 plus 1, 6 up to 6. 8 into 7 into 6 into 7 factorial, or 8 into 7 into 6 value we can take 336 into 7 factorial. 336 into 7 factorial is the answer. Okay, right. Let's see another example. When a group photograph is taken, all the 7 teachers should be in the first row and all the 20 students should be in the second row. If the 2 corners of the second row are reserved for the 2 tallest students, interchangeable only between them, and if the middle seat of the front row is reserved for the principal, then how many arrangements are possible? So here is a group photograph in which first row is for teachers, the 7 teachers, and the second row for all 20 students, the 20 students. So and the condition is given, if the 2 corners of the second row are reserved for the 2 tallest students. So among 20 students there are 2 tallest students and we have to place them in the 2 corners of the second row. So let me write here, among the 20 students, two are taller, say T1 and T2. 2 are taller, say T1 and T2, which can be positioned, this T1 and T2 can be positioned either in the 2 corners in the second row. So these 2 corners are blocked. So they are reserved, blocked in the sense they are reserved for these 2 candidates, T1 or T2. If T1 is fixed here, T2 will be here, or if T2 is fixed here, T1 will be here. So their arrangements, number of arrangements of these 2 students in second row at corner is equal to 2 factorial, that is 2s. Say this is 1. And then if these two students are arranged at the corners, and then the remaining 18 students can be arranged in 18 factorial ways. So the second row is completed. Second row students case is completed. And coming to the third case about the teachers in the first row. This is about the second row. And this is about the first row. Since it is given that the middle position is for the principal. The middle seat is for the principal. Among the 7, the middle one can be taken as 4th position. And also we have to make a note that if 7 teachers and 1 more principal is there, then it comes as 8 count. So where we cannot locate the exact middle seat. So here we need to understand that one case, principal is the one among 7 teachers. Among 7 teachers, principal is also one of them. So the principal position is fixed. Then the remaining teachers, when principal seat is reserved, in the first row. Remaining 6 teachers, let me write. Remaining 6 teachers when principal seat is reserved in the first row is equal to 6 factorial. Principal is fixed, that is only one way. And hence by the fundamental principle of counting, or multiplication principle, we can say that arrangement of the first row and arrangement of second row, and you are using and means multiplication principle. So total number of arrangements in first and second row, and in first and second row is equal to, first row can be taken 2 into 18 factorial, and then means multiplication principle, and into 6 factorial. The principle can be taken one way. So 2 into 18 factorial into 6 factorial, that is 2 into 6 factorial, we can write as so 2 into 6 factorial, 5 factorial is 120, and we get 720 here, into 18 factorial. So 722 times 1440. 1440 into 18 factorial is the answer. Okay. Let's see this example. How many even numbers are there with 3 digits such that if 5 is one of the digits, then 7 is the next digit? So let us understand the condition given here clearly. Condition is, if 5 is one of the digits, then 7 is the next digit. So what is given? If 5 is one of the digits, then we have to write this 7 to the next 5. So it does not imply that if 5 is not there, if 5 is not there, 7 also does not exist. Don't misunderstand this. It does not imply if 5 is not there, 7 also does not exist. So it's given only that if 5 is there, 7 will follow. If 5 is not there, then 7 can be placed anywhere. Instead, 7 can be placed anywhere. There is no condition for 7. There is no condition for 7 if 5 is not there. So let us solve this problem in two cases. Case 1. If 5 is one of the digits. So a 3-digit problem, and that should be an even number. So it should be an even number. Even number means even numbers ends with even numbers end with 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. So let us consider this as E. 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. And now the position, if 5 is fixed here, then only the possibility for 7. 5 fixed, 7 fixed means it's in one way, and 7 is also fixed in one way. And this even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 can be done in 5 ways. So by multiplication principle, we can say the number of possible ways is equal to 1 into 1 into 5, that is 5. This is when 5 is one of the digit. And the next case, let's consider case 2. If 5 is not there, let me write if 5 does not exist. If 5 does not exist in a 3-digit number, then again the 3 digits in which the first place, ones place can be fixed up with only even, whereby 5 is not there. And coming to this ones, tens place and hundreds place, and again in hundreds place 0 cannot be placed. And 5 is not there, and 5 is also excluded. So we will consider only the natural numbers here. Means among the natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. These are natural digits, we can say, in which 5 is also excluded. Now how many possibilities are there for the hundreds place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So number of possibilities, let me write. Hundreds place can be 8 possible ways, and then tens place can be except 0, sorry, except 5, you can take any of the 10 digits including 0. So total digits are 10 digits, out of which 5 is excluded, so we'll have 9. So here 9 possibilities are there except 5. And coming to the ones place, even numbers, so they are 0, 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, so 5 possibilities. So 8 into 9 into 5, so we'll have 5 8s are 40, 49s are 360. So 360 ways are possible for the second case. And then so therefore total number of arrangements with the given condition is equal to 360 plus 5. means either case 1 or case 2, means addition principle you are using. Either the case 1, that is 5 exists, or 5 does not exist, means addition principle. 360 plus 5, that is 365 ways. Okay, right. Let's say this example. How many 4-digit numbers divisible by 4 can be made with the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if the repetition of digits is not allowed? So given digits are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, in which we required a 4-digit number, which is divisible by 4. So divisibility rule for 4 is any number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by last 2 digits is divisible by 4. Like an example, in this, among this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, suppose 24 is the last 2 digits and the remaining numbers we can add 3, 5, 2, 4. So the number obtained by the last 2 digits is 24, which is divisible by 4, and hence we can say the number is divisible by 4. So let us apply this divisibility rule and check. So then cases you may get, since we required only 4-digit numbers in which the last 2 digits, the number formed by last 2 digits should be divisible by 4. So let's start with 1. So we can consider 12. 12 is one possible, and with the tens there is no more number. 12, 13, 14, 15, no. So let's go with the 20s. So 21 no, 22 no, 23 no, 24 we can go ahead. And then third possibility with the 25 is not possible. Then let's go with 30s. 31 no, 32 we can write. And then 33, 34, 35 no. Then we shall go with 4. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So no repetition, so we don't take 44 since repetition is not allowed. So with 4 it's not possible. Then it's take with the 5. 51, then 52 is 52 is divisible with 4. 53 no, 54 no, and 50, that's all. So here we had total 4 possibilities. So in the first possibility you can see 12 is fixed now, the last 2 digits it's a fixed, and then the remaining 2 digits can be taken from the 3 digits. Total 5 digits are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in which n is equal to 3. Out of 5, 2 are already occupied here, 1 and 2. So the remaining n, out of n different things we need to select the 2 things. So that is r is equal to 2. So number of permutations of n different things taken 2 at a time, taken r at a time is npr. So we can say the number of ways in the first case is 3p2, and 12 is fixed in one way. And again the second case also the same way, 3p2. And the third case also we can consider the same way, 3p2. And fourth case also we can say 3p2. And here in this problem, either the first case or the second case or the third case or the fourth case, means it's not compulsory that the first one followed by the next one. We are using here or, means it's an addition principle. So by fundamental principle, addition principle, we can say the number of 4-digit numbers with the given digits let me write required number of 4-digit numbers with the given digits is equal to the first case 3p2 or means plus 3p2 plus 3p2 plus 3p2. So that is 4 times 3p2, 4 times 3p2, that is 4 into 3 minus 2 plus 1. 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so up to 2. Or we can use the formula NPR is equal to n factorial upon n minus r factorial, that is 3p2 is equal to 3 factorial upon 3 minus 2 factorial. So that is 3 into 2 factor 2 into 1 upon 1 factorial. So 3 into 2 into 1. So 4 into 3 into 2, 24. So the required answer is 24. Okay, right. Please like, share, subscribe and support us. Thank you.